It's Wednesday. We are live at 5. I usually wait a couple of minutes to see who's going to pop on. People usually start getting notified and they pop on. So we will wait a few minutes. Tonight's one of my favorite topics because it's one of the most difficult topics, and that is employees. I got this Apple Watch, right? And it just like alerts me and this and that. I'm gonna take it off on the train. So I have one viewer. If you're jumping on, let me know. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. I love to see people that are tuning in from all different parts of the country. We have everyone from Vancouver down to Florida, out in Oregon, Utah, Michigan, Vermont, Massachusetts. So say hello, pop on. What do we got? 48 minutes. We'll wait another minute. I see 4 of you. Hey, Sydney. I'm talking about Sydney tonight because I'm so proud of her. So listen up for that. Yep, I see people popping on now. Just say hi. Tell me where you're from. I'm not going to start for another minute. Start the training actually for another minute. So how is everyone? How is everyone? Are we ready for summer or what? I'm ready for summer. It's been hot up here. Up in Boston, it's been like 80 the past couple of days. Yep, tonight we're talking about employee mastery and the exact steps I did to forge my company into success, into the point where there's no more chaos, right? Because when we talk about employees, we think about chaos. I see 6 people. Come on, say hi. How are you? I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Sydney's from North Carolina. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. So we're a couple minutes in. I am going to start. If you're tuning on a replay, let me know where you're from. This is a super interactive live that we do. So for those of you that don't know me, we had a few new people join us this week in the group. My name is Cheryl Hager. I founded Sisters Who Scale, which is this group. I support cleaning business owners. I help them hire the right teams, grow your profits, and streamline your processes so that you can get out of the field and enjoy some time freedom for yourself. I own couple of companies under the Made Bright company. So Made Bright Cleaning, we offer residential, commercial, and now we offer power washing services. So if you see it online, it's called Bright Power Wash. We're trying to stick with the Bright. We trademarked all that stuff. So I started this company as a cleaning company, as a solo cleaner by myself. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but I eventually learned how to master the business. And now what I do is I teach others to do the same. So I can save you time, I can save you money, and I definitely can help save your sanity, which is the biggest thing you will lose if you don't roll out the proper systems in your business, okay, as you grow your cleaning business. So I go live every week. Every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always watch the replays afterwards if you can't get to the live. Some of us are on different time zones. I mean, I know a lot of us are on different time zones, so you can always catch the replay. So, is growing a cleaning business easy? Absolutely not. Is hiring easy? No, it is not easy. It takes work, it takes effort, and the right strategies in place. And I aim to give you the proven strategies that have worked for me and are working for past and current coaching clients that are having successes that they never dreamed of, okay? Nothing good comes easy. You're gonna have to work. It's your ability to never give up and your ability to have complete resilience when shit goes wrong, because shit's gonna go wrong, that's gonna build your company. So you have to keep going and forge ahead no matter what, right? There are no options. The difference between, and so successful people, rich people, right? And unsuccessful people, poor people, let's call it like that. So the successful people understand that they forge ahead when conditions aren't perfect, okay? People that don't have any money, poor people, people that don't understand business are waiting for the right time. Well, I'm going to tell you, newsflash, there's never a right time. The conditions are never going to be perfect. So the people that succeed are the people that do the work during the conditions that aren't optimal. So you have to get used to this, because this is where you're going to spend most of your time, right? Things are not, they're not perfect. They're never going to be perfect, okay? If you wait for the perfect time, you're going to be 70 years old and you're going to say, why didn't I start that business? That's the truth of the matter. I tell it like it is. I'm very black and white. That's why my clients love me or hate me. No, that's why my clients love me, because my job is to help, to show you how to solve problems. So that's what I do as a coach. So there's a bunch of things you can do, okay, to help retain good employees, okay? Um, Everything I train on, I do in my own company. I do myself. I've done myself. So you're getting information that's super relevant, that's working, okay? I'm not here to give you outdated information. So the first thing that you need to realize is about this hiring game, as I call it, okay? Is you're not going to be able to grow your cleaning company without mastering it. You're going to get to a certain level where you're solo cleaning, and then your body starts to get burnt out. So there's no way around this. So you're either going to solo clean and keep it as a hobby with a couple of, with some extra income coming in, or you're going to learn how to hire, and then you're able to scale. You cannot scale unless you have employees. You must get good at hiring employees. There is no gray area here. You must get good at this, okay? So you need to drop the fear of being scared to do it. And a lot of people never end up doing it because they fear it, or it'll go wrong, or they keep hiring people and nothing's working. You have to change your strategy, because if it's not working, you're doing something wrong, okay? And we're all like, none of us are perfect. I was never perfect. I messed up more times than I can tell you, right? And it's a process, but it's part of the requirement as being a business owner. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna say messed up about behaviors and things that are gonna shake your head like, did that just happen? Did that lady just show up in her Zoom interview in a bathrobe? That's a true story. So I share with you my true stories because I think they're funny, and I think that you can learn from them. And if you can't have a sense of humor while you're building this business, you should just get a job, because this business will make you laugh more times than you think. You'll shake your head more times than you think. So part of what you need to master to get to the other side of not having to clean, so you can have time freedom and you can have an organization that can run remotely, okay? And I never had it before I started getting ballsy and taking calculated risks and taking chances, okay? It's part of the job of being a business owner. You either need to do it or you're not going to do it and play it safe. There's no playing safe in business. What there is in the middle is a calculated strategic risk. There's always risk. Something can always go wrong. You need to get used to that. That's just, you're like right in the middle here. You're play it safe zone gambler that's taking all kinds of wild chances, which you don't really want to do. You want to be right in the middle, strategic risk taking. That's how you get successful, okay? So you need to be able to master this, okay? It's just part of the job. It's part of being the boss, okay? So you want great things. When you want great things, you gotta cross the desert. You gotta go through the hard times too. It's what's gonna make you resilient, okay, to all the crazy things that come with being a cleaning business owner, because there's crazy things in this business. There's crazy things in every business, but I can guarantee you it is so worth it to be on the other side. It is so worth it. I was in the field 5-6 days a week. You can't tell me anything that I haven't experienced, because I was there. So, number one, how do you build employees that are actually going to stay with your company? You need to build strong relationships. You need to take the time to get to know your employees as individuals, as humans. They're humans, okay? You have to understand their strengths, you have to understand their weaknesses, and show genuine interest in their well-being. So building a positive, respectful relationship with your team will foster trust and loyalty. And many of you are still in the field cleaning alongside of them, so if you're not careful, they will try and treat you like an equal. And I'm sure some of you have experienced this before. Now, you're not an equal. You're their leader, and there's a difference. So you have to learn how to maintain a balance between being their coworker and being their friend. There's two very different things here. And this is where a lot of the lines get crossed and it can get sticky. And if you try and be their friend too much, what's going to happen? They're going to get entitled. Has anyone ever felt this before? If you have felt this in your business before, type the word entitled. I'm just curious to see how many people have experienced this. Because I'm curious. I did when I was in there. I did. This entitlement sucks, right? Because it makes them think it's okay to call in to work last minute. They think they can call the shots out in the field. I've seen it in my own business. I've been too friendly because I'm a friendly person, and then all of a sudden they think they're a partner and they're doing things like the bosses like would do, or they're bossing other employees around, or getting too friendly with the clients. This is a big no-no. Getting their phone numbers, big no-no. You don't want that. This is your client, okay? All kinds of wacky stuff like that happened. I've seen happen. So you never set out to have this happen, but it does. So when you go to reprimand them or give them constructive criticism or something, they take it personal because they feel like it's an attack on them, because the lines of employer-employee relationship have become blurred. Okay, so this is the first thing you got to watch out for. So you also have to learn how to be able to inspire your team. So being a good boss requires you to be able to inspire and motivate your teams even when you don't want to, even when you're tired, right? How do you do that, right? You guys are saying to yourself, do I have to be a cheerleader? Are you kidding me? Yes, you have to be a cheerleader to some degree. You don't have to be rah, 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 like over the top too much, right? But coming into a 40-hour-a-week job of cleaning is hard. It's very hard. Let's face that, right? It's physically taxing on the body. So they need to feel good, and they have to have a positive disposition about this job. So how do you help make that happen for them? So they have to like who they're working with, first off. Secondly, they have to like you, okay? If they came into work every day and everyone was negative and you were negative, and they see you talking bad about the clients or bad about other staff, they're not going to respect you, all right? And this negativity breeds negativity. Ever hear the expression, good news travels fast, but bad news travels faster? Well, this is it, right? So you have to take a different approach and be motivating to them, even on the days when you don't feel like it. And you're going to have days like that. Like, if I am personally having a crappy morning, none of my employees will know, because once that door opens to my office, it's over. I'm happy-faced. I am cheery-eyed. I'm ready to have a great day. My whole persona changes. My customer service persona changes. The only time that I let them see a little bit of like bad emotion is when something goes wrong, like a client complaint or maybe a big blunder. So like, I'm going to give you an example. I had a staff member, we did a deep clean, and the lady was really happy, right? And then all the girls leave, and then, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later, I get a call from the lady, brand new client now, deep clean, big money. She says, I think one of your staff ate my food. I went ballistic, okay? I had every right to go ballistic, because nobody does that. So this girl had been with us 8 months. And all the girls were done. They were in the office. We have cameras in our office, so I get alerted when the girls are all back, right? So I knew they were all in there. So I call my team lead that was on that team, and I said, put me on speakerphone, please. She puts me on speakerphone, and I said, who ate the food at Susan's house? Just like that. The room went silent over the phone. She's like, I did. I thought it would be okay. And then I had to reprimand and be like, all right, listen. Everyone else knew in the room. I was a little, so I wasn't yelling and screaming, but I said, listen, I go, you need to realize the position you put me in, because I may lose this client. Now I have to call her, and I have to walk into a shitstorm of a conversation. That's exactly what I said. I said, so you've put me in a really poor position. Do you understand what's going on here? She was apologetic. She'll never do it again. She ate a little bag, like a tiny little bag of like Doritos, like on like the, like people put like snacks like in the middle of a table. And then she takes the wrapper and then she throws the wrapper in the clean garbage. That's how the lady found out. I was like, so they'll see my emotion when I'm not happy, but for the most part, I'm a happy, cheery person. Like I said, I don't yell and scream. It's not how I roll. I do the reverse Oreo cookie. I talk about good, I talk about very bad, and then I talk about good at the end, right? And that's how I do it. So that wasn't a good day. So what else do? I also prep my teams for early advancement, right? Very early on. I start prepping them actually in the interview stage. I want to see right away who wants to advance. This is a test for me or a test for them, right? Employees don't want dead end jobs. They want to be part of a team that's going to grow. So everyone wants to be part of an organization that's something great, right? And when this gets blurred and where bosses go wrong is they don't tell them there are opportunities for advancement. Now, I do this quickly. So I am always looking for mini leaders. I'm always looking for team leaders, people that take initiative, people that let you know what's going on in the field. They communicate the right way. I always keep my eyes open for my next hire that shows me they want more out of the job and they want to advance. Because with advancement comes also a bump in pay. So when you give someone an added responsibility and an increase in pay, it makes them feel important, okay? And this is very crucial to your development of your management tiers. So you're doing all this, right? You're doing all this all the time. You're looking for your next leader because these people are the people that are going to give you your time freedom. You want to be building management levels all the time. So do you know how good it makes an employee feel that you have chosen them to lead the team? It's like they're Rudolph, like they're leading the team, right? This is huge to them. And this is part of the motivational thing as well. This is all tied in together, right? This is the psychology of an employee. So this motivational thing is like you need to create this for them so they keep showing up for you and they keep doing a good job. Is this making sense? Is it making sense? Let me know if it's making sense. I'm going to check in and see. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Victoria. Hey, Jaden. Hey, Jaden, you're new. How are you? Nice to meet you. Entitled definitely happens. It's the worst feeling in the world. It's the worst feeling in the world. So I also, with my staff, I set clear expectations by communicating very effectively, okay? Communication is key with them, and it's key to get them to talk to you as well. So just like communication is key with the clients, it's also with the employees. So clearly communicate your expectations regarding the job responsibilities, performance standards, and goals. This starts in the ad. And this is what I teach my clients. I teach them how to write effective ads that attract the right people. You can be writing ads and you can be attracting 100 people to the ad, but if none of them have cleaning experience and none of them have a car and you're expecting all these things, you haven't done your job right, okay? So I start in the hiring ad. I'm super clear in the ad. And then in the first interview, I'm also clear in the second interview. I make sure that my employees understand what is expected of them, and I provide the necessary resources and support to help them succeed, okay? It's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So developing your communication skills as a boss is what will change your business. 100%. Why does it do this? Because your staff is going to know what you expect from them, right? Now, if your staff is in complete understanding of what you expect from them and they're not doing it over and over and over, you need to fire them, okay? That's just it. You don't have time. You want to fire fast. You don't want to fire slow. Because if you fire slow, and I'm going to tell you, I had this happen in my company one time. I call her Hurricane Brittany, okay? We kept her for 2 months. 2 months too long. I lost 5 accounts. Fire fast. Do yourself a favor. I don't care if you have to reschedule your clients. Your clients will understand. If you have a good relationship with your clients, they will understand. Do not let a Hurricane Brittany go through your company. Trust me. Just trust me. You don't want that because you've worked so hard to get those relationships, to get those clients and everything. You know how hard you've worked to build this business. Don't let someone come in and unravel it for you, okay? So, getting back to communication. Um, you want to communicate great with them because they're going to be your eyes and ears in the field when you're no longer cleaning. I haven't been in the field for a couple of years now, a few years, like 2.5 years. It's the best feeling in the world. I can't even tell you. The best feeling in the world, okay? So this is what you all want to strive for. So if they don't, your team leads don't tell you, or your staff doesn't tell you what's going on out there with the clients, right? Then you don't know what the hell's going on. And sometimes bosses get it wrong, right? You're human, I'm human. Bosses tend to micromanage, and rightly so, because it's your business, it's your baby, okay? I get that. But if you can teach them how to communicate with you, you can let go of the reins a little bit, okay? And give them some freedom to eventually start making judgment calls out there. This is what you want. They're going to feel so appreciated, and they're going to feel needed and part of this integral team, okay? That's what you want. So what you're doing here is you're thickening up the levels between them looking for another job and them not looking for another job, okay? That's how you retain them, right? It'll make them think twice about quitting. There's always going to be another job out there that's paying more. We know that. There's a cap on how much you can pay your cleaners. It is what it is. Whether you're on commission or whether you're on hourly, it's all the same. So there's always going to be another job out there that's paying more. But if they are vested in your company and they feel secure and they like their coworkers and they like you as a boss, they're less likely to leave. So promote them quick. Recognize who wants to be in leadership. Promote them quick, only if they're showing leadership skills. You'll be able to tell. They raise their heads. They show you. They raise their heads, their hands, and they say, "Hi, I want to be an employee." So, and I straight out ask people. Some people just want to come work. They love to clean. They want to get a paycheck. They want to go home. They want the responsibility. Others do. So it's your job to find the people that want that added responsibility. Another thing I do, I always provide constructive feedback. I always provide regular feedback to my employees. It's going to help them grow if they want to grow. Some people may just be there for a paycheck. I try and weed out at the interview if I can see someone's just there for a paycheck. I can kind of tell because I've been doing this a while now. So you're going to encounter people that take offense sometimes to your feedback, especially in this snowflake era we're living in, right? We know. But recognizing and acknowledging their achievements and providing guidance at the same time on areas that are needed is going to be the thing that you want to do. So I always offer specific and actionable suggestions to help them grow professionally. Like I said, I start with the reverse Oreo cookie. When I'm doing an evaluation, I talk about the great stuff, the great production, showing up on time, leading the teams, doing a great job, getting reviews, getting a lot of tips and things like that. 80% of my staff, 80% of my clients tip. So my staff, they make good money. And then I go with the crust, right? Okay, what can we improve on in the middle? The black, the crust. And at the end, I sweeten it up with a little more Oreo cream stuff at the bottom, and I wrap it up and I say, great job, so glad to have you on the team, blah, 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 whatever. Reverse Oreo cookie, try that. So there's ways to motivate them, and it's all in the way you frame your conversation. And this is going to take you time to get better at. You're not just going to start hiring and it's just going to be like, I'm a god, I'm a hiring god. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up. It's just your job to figure out what to do better, and this is going to take some time. You can do it slow and try and figure it out yourself. You can work with a mentor and then go through it a lot faster. It doesn't even have to be me, but I can guarantee you if you work with a mentor, it's going to happen a lot faster for you. So you need to lead by example. If you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. So you need to be a role model for your team. And how do you do that? You have to exhibit the qualities and behaviors you expect from them. So this is really important. How do you do this? Well, one, I never talk behind another employee's back to another employee. Never. If you're having a conversation about another employee's skill set, always try and be positive, outlining their strengths and asking for feedback on how we can improve that employee. You never talk negative, okay? So this would come into play if we one of your team leaders on how to improve their skills. I always start off by asking them what she's good at, right? I say, okay, what is she good at? Bathrooms? Is she good at kitchens? I always start with the positive. My conversations always are positive. And then I would ask, okay, what does she need to improve on that we could work with her? And then I ask my team leader, how can I help you improve her skills? That's you, like you say something like that, like they're like, oh my god, like my boss actually gives a crap and wants to help me out there in the field. Because training people, new people, it's a bitch sometimes. It's hard. And my team leaders, I got 3 team leaders. They all train. They find it difficult sometimes. They have hard days. It's not easy. So I always start with the positive. I say, what do we need to improve on? What does she need to improve on? This shows your staff you want to build this employee's strengths and not talk about the negative. So this creates a thriving and positive environment with the staff member that's infectious, because if you see your employee, you're having this conversation with your employee, and they see you talking positively about how to improve this other employees, they're going to know that you're the real deal, and they're going to know that you're going to have their back and you're going to do it for them. You see where I'm kind of going here? This is a very good strategic thing to do. So this all starts with your mindset as a boss, okay? So for example, with my coaching clients, we work on mindset, because sometimes you have all this negativity going on that you've created in your brain, right? It's hard to pull your head out of that negativity sometimes. Your main outlook on life has to be positive, and you have to keep moving forward no matter what. That's how all successful business owners do it. That's how I do it. That's how you need to do it. You need to have optimism 24/7, even when you don't want to. You always have to look at a situation and be like, okay, what's the good thing that's going to come out of this, right? You lose a bunch of clients. Okay, this is how you're going to look at it. A negative person would look at losing 5 clients, but for an employee that was bad, okay, like just destroyed your company, like Hurricane Brittany. A negative person would look at that and be like, oh my god, she lost me 5 clients, I lost so much revenue. That's the negative. What would I do? Okay, I would look at this like, wow, I should have fired that girl faster. This is my fault that I didn't fire this girl fast enough, and it is directly related to me losing income. 2 different trains of thought, right? This is how you have to think, because I let that go on too long. That was directly my fault. I lost those clients that I worked hard to get because I kept an employee too long because I felt bad. This is business, people. This isn't Feel Good Friday, okay? So, oh, it's true though. It's true. This is business, right? So you have to remember that your glass is half full. It's not half empty, okay? Plus, it doesn't feel good all the time to be in a bad mood. It feels good to be in a positive mood rather than a crappy mood. This business is going to try your patience. The employees are going to try your patience. This is normal. So if your feet are rooted in something good's about to happen instead of something bad's about to happen, chances are you can turn the tides for yourself eventually, okay? So when you demonstrate integrity, professionalism, and a strong work ethic, and you show enthusiasm and dedication, your team is more likely to follow suit. Is this all making sense? I'm going to check in and see how else, if anyone's jumping on. I found you ZenMaid. Oh, I am speaking at the ZenMaid Summit. I am super excited. I was going to wait until after to tell you guys that, but I think 4th week of July. I am speaking. I have a topic. I don't want to reveal it. I can't reveal it. You guys will have to tune in and watch it. But I'm going to be speaking. So I'm willing to bet that some of you are bringing on some bad juju to your company. So ask yourself and be really, truly honest with yourself. are you saying anything or are you doing anything to negatively impact your employees to act not ethically or make them angry? Really ask yourself that. Rip the band-aid off and see if you did anything. Or are they acting out? Or are they not showing up? It's always a good idea to look inward first and do a scan of yourself. Like, listen how you're talking when you're in conversations. Are you acting ethically? Are you talking ethically? Because if they're bashing another staff member, don't jump on the bandwagon. Don't do this. This is so bad. It's really bad. So this week, in your businesses, just take some time to listen to the way you're talking. You'll be super surprised. I've caught myself in the past being negative. I've had to stop myself and check myself, right? This will be a really helpful exercise for you. You always have to recognize and appreciate your employees, right? If you haven't already done this or don't do this, place some emphasis on acknowledging and appreciating their efforts, their accomplishments of your team members. Celebrate milestones, company birthdays, kids' birthdays, recognize exceptional performance, and provide rewards or incentives when appropriate. A simple thank you at the end of the day or a public recognition in front of their teammates can go a long way in boosting morale and motivation. So this is huge for them because this isn't $100,000 job. So they're more likely to be, wanting to be recognized by their peers, and just, feel really good about themselves. Everyone needs this. So if you do this, chances are you may see them do it for you. And then this is awesome. My girls threw me like a big party with a cake and stuff. Like, they do that all the time. They buy balloons and this and that. Like, that made me feel good, but that means I'm doing a good job as a boss, right? So I love when I get stuff like this, right? You will give as a leader more than you get, and you have to be okay with this, right? And the last thing you need to focus on is this one. You need to continuously improve your own leadership skills. So as a leader, you have a responsibility to yourself and your teams to keep learning and keep growing. So you can seek feedback from your teams if you're brave enough, and you can actively work on areas where you can improve. Now, if you wouldn't think this would work for morale, it does, and it's pretty effective. So if you ask them what they need from you as a leader, chances are they're going to tell you, right? And that level of respect will skyrocket that they have for you. You need to stay updated with the industry trends, right? We kind of all know that. You need to invest in your own professional development, right? Coaching, mentoring, stuff like that. Every successful business owner always has someone beside them guiding them the way, right? Because it's not easy. Why would you want to do something where you don't have guidance and try and navigate it all on your own, right? That doesn't make any sense at all. So you can only grow from it, and you'll be surprised literally how much you can actually grow as a leader if you invest in yourself, in mentoring and stuff like that. So you need a sounding board. This business gets hard, right? It gets sticky, right? The easiest part is when you start the business and say, I'm good at cleaning houses. Let me go get a couple of accounts. And it's all exciting and it's new, and you get accounts. And after like 20 accounts, you're like, I got to put some systems in my business, right? That's the easiest part. Right there is the beginning stage of it. So most people, when they start a cleaning business, grossly underestimate what it's going to take to pull it off, right? So having a coach or a healthy community like this one, that it's not a time to bitch community, right? We see those out there. That's not what this is. You want a positive, thriving environment. This is going to be key to your success and where you want to grow. Like, if you want to grow to 250,000, if you want to go to 500, if you want to go to more, you need this type of support. So the people that succeed realize that this is a journey of constantly learning and constantly failing at something, right? And getting back up, okay? And getting on the horse over and over and over again. So I want to talk to you all about my client, Sydney. Oh, Sydney, you just responded. Did you get it? Yeah, you get it, because this is who you are. So Sydney's one of my clients. Sydney Morgan from North Carolina started her business. She's running it with her fiance, And they went out, and she showed up every single class, like, Zoom. So far when I do the coaching, it's all over Zoom. Showed up, did the homework, asked questions. She just took full advantage of myself, my knowledge. And then they hit a little dip, right? And she got a little down, and I was like, okay, this is normal, right? So fiance had to go get a little part-time job, right? And I could tell that she was feeling, like they're a little bit of failures, right? But you need to realize I worked as a waitress for a couple of years. I worked 7 days a week when I started this company. I waitressed and I cleaned houses 7 days a week for 2 years, right? Why? Because I knew I could do it. Because I am a resilient person, and that's what you need. So I explained this to Sydney, and I was like, don't give up. She has what it takes. This girl has what it takes to do it. And so I teach some social media strategies. She did everything I told her to do that has worked for my company. I built my company to the $500,000 mark without having a website. I built it on social media strategies for free, and that's part of something else I teach as a coach as well. So she took advantage of that, and she's been posting like religiously and doing her thing and creating her ads and getting creative and offering different services. And I think last week she got six inquiries. So she was feeling a little down. I pepped her up. Jake's over here working a part-time job to bring in some side money, and that's okay, right? You're gonna have to do that for a while. But then all of a sudden, her consistency and her resilience started to change. The luck, and I say luck laughingly because there's no luck in this business. Everything started to change for her, and she started to see an uptick. She signed on a couple clients, she got a couple of deep cleans, and then all of a sudden it's starting to go this way. So why am I telling you all this? Because Sydney didn't give up. Sydney's resilient, and Sydney's consistent. And that's what it takes to build a successful cleaning business. That's it. When she starts to hire, she's going to go through some bumps in the road. We already know that. But you know what's going to happen? She's been building her consistency and her discipline and her resilience. So when she gets to that point, those factors are going to carry her through. And that's what's going to happen. If you can develop those characters, that's what's going to help you navigate through this, because you're going to have bad days. You're going to have just crappy things happen, and you're going to want to give up. But if you get mad at the fact that the business makes you want to give up, you'll never give up. And that's what I do. I just get so mad when something happens that pisses me off, that doesn't go the right way in my business. I get so mad that it happens that I vow to fix it. Right? Does that make sense? So, and I'm so proud of Sydney. I'm so proud of her. She's going to do so well. Well, she's still working with me. She's got a few months left. I'm just super excited. So I had to brag about you, Sydney. Sorry. But she's doing everything it takes. And there's no doubt in my mind she's going to kill it. Right? So congrats to you, my lady. If you are listening on here, whether you're on replay or you're live, and you're struggling with hiring employees or retaining employees, we should have a chat. What I do as a coach is I help people with hiring, from writing the ads to how to interview them, to ask them tough questions, how to weed out bad applicants, right? How to use Indeed to hire, because I do believe it's very effective. And then once I hire them, I teach people how to train them, the system. So my system is for profit, is for the lowest amount of labor and the highest amount of profit, okay? I teach you how to promote them. So everything about hiring, I help with, okay? The whole gamut. So if you've decided that you're sick of doing it on your own and it's time for you to make a change in your business, type the word change. I'll reach out to you, see if what I do is a fit for you. I don't work with everyone. I work with the committed, the motivated, because those are the people that have the highest chance of success. My mission is to help as many cleaning business owners as I can succeed, but they have to be ready, because it's work, right? So if you're committed, if you're ready to commit to yourself and make some changes, hit me up. DM me, type, I want this, whatever. Let me know. I have a few announcements to make before I let you go. And if anyone has any questions, put the questions below. Let me see. Change. Hey, Jaden, I'll reach out to you. Oh, Sydney, you're the best. I love working with you. You're so motivated. I love working with motivated people. Hyperdrive. I love it. I get just as excited about my client success, probably more excited than my own success in my own cleaning company. A few announcements. If you're connected with me on Facebook, if you're not, friend me, like my personal thing or whatever. And I'm in Massachusetts. We filmed a segment today at my house this morning for TV, and we were just chosen as Massachusetts best companies for cleaning and power washing. Whew, I am like so thankful for that. Did that happen in 3 months? No. It took a bunch of years to happen. But we did a TV segment. I'll let you know when it's all going to air. It's going to air sometimes in July. But I'm going to have a copy of it so I can post it on social media. So super grateful, super blessed for that. That was really huge today. And I didn't even know. I knew they were coming to film, but I didn't even know we were picked as Boston, like, best Massachusetts company. So I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. But that happened today. Okay, another one. If you are a client or a former client, I have a new affiliate program. If you refer me, a cleaning business owner that starts working with me in any one of my programs, my private or my group program, which is super hot, by the way, the group program, I give $200 cash back. So if you refer me on any of the cleaning pages, whether it be ZenMaid, whether it be Professional House Cleaners, Angela Brown, there's a whole bunch of them, and I track who comes from where. So, and you can keep a running list too. I give out $200. This is only for current clients and former clients. I don't give that out unless you're actually gone through the program and you know what it's like to work with me. Two, like I said, I am going to be speaking at the ZenMaid Summit the last week of July, so getting that ready. I am not going to tell you what I'm speaking on. You have to go and take a look at it. Okay. And then I am also working on something else that's exciting. I put out a poll on Saturday. I have it pinned to the top of the page. If you want to go to the top of the page and vote, I would really, really, really appreciate it. I'm working on something to help clients that are thinking about coaching. I'm working on something to help them, to make it easier for them. But I need your opinion. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to check in here. Oh, yay. I know. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Best Massachusetts company? I was like, that's so cool. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I worked my butt off to get there. Worked my butt off. So I want you all to have an amazing night. We're getting ready for warmer temperatures up here. It's like 80. So exciting, which means summer's almost here. We go to the beach and stay at the beach in the summer, and I work my business from the beach, which is really cool. And I couldn't have done that unless I didn't learn how to hire people and get them as my management level so they could clean and not me. Learn from me. Do as I do. Have an amazing night, everyone. Try and get outside, and I will talk with you all soon. All right? Have a good night. All right, bye.